up, guys? What? Why? I don't know. Yep. This is why I've been MIA. I know. But what happened 2 weeks ago, it's almost going to be 3 weeks. It was on a Wednesday. I came to the gym. It was a strength and conditioning day. So basically, my regular schedule is Monday strength and conditioning here at the gym, Tuesdays MMA, plus rounds afterwards, like live rounds. And then Wednesdays, sometimes I take the days off or I just do light stuff, but that's at home. So this 1 week in particular, on Sunday, I had worked out with one of my friends, and it was a lot of cardio based, but I still put, some work in my joints. And well, I didn't think anything of it because I've been training consistently for a while. But this time around, on that Wednesday, I didn't feel good. As in, I didn't feel like training, but I was like, you know what? Discipline, right? Discipline. I'm also gonna be real about it. I really just was trying to push through it because I didn't think anything of it. My ankles were hurting the whole week, but again, I was just like, I'm just gonna push through it because many times it's just my mindset. And so I came into class and we did some workouts, and then we ended the class. It was literally 1 hour with some cardio stuff. And then, so basically there were sets of 30-second intervals of running in place with the bends. I knew something was going on because, see, I had a feeling in my heart that day. I didn't feel good, but whatever. Last 30 seconds, it was my turn. I felt a pop. And so literally my mindset went back to the time that I popped my right Achilles 4 years ago while I was training MMA and I was sparring. I remember looking up and asking God, like, please not again. And I was so scared. I didn't want to think that it was my Achilles, but I did feel like it was my tendons. I felt the pop and I knew it was that. But it's like in the heat of the moment, I don't want to think like that. So I felt so scared. And once I fell, my sister came up. She came up and she touched my ankle and it was starting to get swollen. So then she touched the back of the foot and then she didn't feel my Achilles. And I asked her, like, can you feel it? And she said no. But I'm like, I know I heard something. And so that's where Tess came and we went to the hospital. And so, of course, I had no crutches, so I kind of I had to hop my way into the building. And I was there from like 7:30 p.m. and then got my x-rays done. Because again, I fell, so it could have been a fracture, it could have been a broken anything. And it was around midnight that the nurse came back and she's like, okay, you don't have any broken, like, you don't have a broken foot or anything, but typically with the x-rays, like, you can see the swelling around the area where typically a lot of people rupture their Achilles. And so I was like, without even knowing what was really going on in there, I knew what was going on. So I had a feeling already. And so then they did say that I was going to get a splint in the meantime before I got an appointment with the orthopedic doctor. And then another nurse came in to put the splint on. And so he was pretty funny about it, but he felt my Achilles and he's like, yep, you ruptured your Achilles. Like, he was affirming that, but basically I got the splint and literally I was home by like 3:00 in the morning because this took the whole night. So that was the first week. I got really lucky. I know it sounds like a crazy thing and it's drastic. Well, it is drastic. At the moment, in the heat of the moment, everything is drastic and everything feels like shit, I fucked up again, And my automatic response for a lot of things is putting the blame to myself because I feel like I'm the one responsible for my own actions, and I'm the one that's supposed to take care of my body, but I failed to do so. I overtrained, and yeah, everything started coming back, and I started feeling like shit. So I got really lucky because I reached out to my surgeon that actually took care of my right Achilles. The last time that I ruptured my right Achilles, this was 2019. This was in 2019, and I was sparring and I ruptured it, and then I had to get it repaired. And so I reached out to the same doctor that took care of me, and luckily he was available the week after Christmas. And so I spent my Christmas Eve, my Christmas Day on crutches and on a splint. So there are a lot of things that came out of this, but one of the main things that came out of this injury is that I genuinely have the support system that I think a lot of people don't have. So my family members, blood related, non-blood related, my friends, they're very supportive. And if it wasn't for them that they were there, that were encouraging me and were keeping me strong, I don't think I'll be able to just do this by myself. I do think that I am stronger. I know that I am stronger than years ago because I now know the process. I'm not a chicken about it. I'm not gonna lie. Yes, it's not something that I wanted for myself, and it's not something that I'm proud to say this happened, but I also know that I can make it. And so the people that are helping me get through this are still here, with or without the injury. And so one thing that I can honestly say that is helping me so far is the support, the constant support, the reminders, the affirmations, the positivity from my close friends and family members. And they're not letting me quit. And so there's that. A few years ago, I really wanted to deny the help because I thought I was strong enough to handle it. But these are the times in my life that I can honestly say, hey, I need you guys. And it's okay to do that because as humans, we need support from people, even if it's not from our own blood-related family, but people that love us, people that are willing to take care of us. And basically what I'm doing now is getting through this process, and I'm getting through it with them, but I'm building those good repetitions to be positive, to stay strong, to not feel like I'm limited. Yeah, I mean, maybe this is a temporary like situation, but it's not the end all be all. When I went back to the surgeon, he checked my Achilles. He touched the Achilles section and he felt like my Achilles were not together. And so basically I had to get it repaired. And I was so lucky that I got surgery the next day. So can you imagine that Wednesday that it happened to the next Wednesday, I'm already getting surgery to fix my Achilles. Yeah. So it happened so fast, and I didn't post about it on social media, but I did let the people on my Patreon and my supporters know, like, hey, this is what's going on. And so that's the purpose of having that Patreon account, because whatever I don't post about what's happening, on all the social media platforms, on YouTube, on Instagram, TikTok, everything, I post it on Patreon, and people that have been there from the beginning know what's going on. So I didn't share anything about it until now, yesterday, and it's been almost 3 weeks. But that's because I needed to get through it on my own and with the people that love me and support me and that I trust. I had to build those mental repetitions and get through it. As an athlete, I am going to be exposed to injuries. because that's part of what being an athlete is, especially being as consistent as I've been. Ever since I started the sport 8 years ago, I've been consistent. And even after I ruptured my right Achilles, I came back to the gym not too long after and I started hitting pads. And then I started the recovery process so that I can earn my black belt. And then after the black belt, I kept going so that I could fight. And then after that, I kept training. So I haven't stopped. And I started adding the strength and conditionings. And there's a lot of lessons that I can talk about. But basically, I just wanted to let you guys know that I am okay. I'm taking my time to heal, literally, my healing process. It's going to take some time. But I'm also mindful that I need to take this seriously, and I'm going to continue to do what I can to heal and to get stronger and to come back even stronger and continue to be myself and continue to push in a good way, in a positive, in a smart way, not just push like a dumbass, like push the right way and come back like a champ. Because that's who I am. I have to put myself in these positions to realize how strong I am. And so, yeah. You can see my little crutches. Because I'm not that tall. For those that know, I'm not that tall. And I'm not going to tell you what's my height, but I'm not that tall. So basically, these crutches here are the shortest as they can be. Like, it doesn't go any shorter than this. And they're pretty comfortable, you know. They're stern. They can hold me, but I'm okay right here too. I'm getting through it every day, and I'm fighting every day, and I'm making sure that I stay strong, because that's who I am. That's who I am. So thank you guys for the support. Again, if you want to see more of me and what's helping me get through my recovery, so that I can come back stronger, you can find me on Patreon, and just find me on all social media platforms. I will continue to post content, and I will continue to post about my recovery process and my journey. So if you guys want to, you guys can.